Hello everyone, my name is Mystic. Today we're going back to one of my classic what-ifs, one that's been very popular on the channel ever since it first started as my second series, What If Bardock Saved the Saiyans? This episode is an exciting one, as the Saiyan Rebellion finally begins, with Frieza arriving with his forces to planet Vegeta to begin his extermination of the Saiyan people. However, has Bardock's foresight of this event and the preparation for this coming threat been enough to change the future that he saw in last episode's visions? Without further ado, let's continue where we left off. Frieza's forces arrive in the atmosphere of planet Vegeta, with the Saiyan people quickly scrambling to prepare for the final battle with their overlord and Emperor Frieza. King Vegeta has one final channel of contact with the Galactic Patrol, who remind them that they want nothing to do with this rebellion against Frieza due to their own failed attempt prior. King Vegeta accepts this and takes his royal forces alongside the entire Saiyan army into planet Vegeta's upper atmosphere to confront Frieza and his army. Frieza smiles on the outside, but in reality he's terrified of this. This is exactly what he feared from the Saiyans, a revolt against him with their combined forces. This cements in his mind that it was entirely necessary to kill them. Without any words exchanged, Frieza simply raises a finger and begins to charge a large ball of ki. Bardock and King Vegeta both begin to yell orders at the soldiers. Brace yourselves! Be prepared to take this attack head-on! All the Saiyans brace themselves as Frieza flicked the massive ball of ki towards the Saiyan forces, while collectively held their hands up high to push the ball of ki back towards Frieza. Although King Vegeta's squad or Bardock's team alone could probably push back the ball of ki at full power, the entire Saiyan force exerted only a little bit of their own power in a show of strength and community, and began to reverse the ball of ki's direction, directing it right back towards Frieza himself. Seeing this, Frieza exerted a bit more ki, pushing the death ball back into the Saiyans. But they persisted. Frieza got annoyed and began to push harder and harder, until eventually, the Saiyan army all just decided to throw the ball of ki into the space above, exploding into an orange light that lit up the battlefield for miles and miles and miles. This angered Frieza, but also made him realize a terrifying thought. The collective power of these Saiyans, it might outclass him, even in his full power form. The Saiyan people then charged towards Frieza's ship, and Frieza's hesitance turned into confidence once again, as Frieza laughed, sending out his soldiers and elites he'd brought back towards him in the battle. The two sides clash, the Saiyan warriors and other alien races beating each other up and clashing their powers. The Saiyans' collective power is much higher than Frieza's forces, but Frieza has numbers on his side. However, groups such as Kui's squad, Zarbon and his goons, and the Ginyu Force give the Saiyans some trouble. Many were killed by assaults from the Ginyu Force. However, notable warriors such as King Vegeta fought the Ginyu Force, with his son, Vegeta, and Broly teaming up against the monster Zarbon and his crew. Kui would be taken down by Gine and Bardock's squad, who had curiously discovered a new power that changed the tide of the battle. Fashi and Tora, the two members who had left to train on their own, had discovered a power within themselves, the Wrathful Transformation. This made them among the strongest of the low class, excluding Bardock and his family. They quickly mowed down some soldiers as Bardock rushed in towards Frieza and his ship, alongside Raditz and Granola, who both wanted to assist Bardock in his coming fight. Frieza simply chuckled at the sight of Bardock and the two children who had managed to reach his ship, recognizing Bardock as the soldier who had killed Dodoria. He then gets out of his chair and raises his ki, which shoots upwards in a purple glow of power. The Saiyan army and the Frieza force alike were amazed at this display, but Bardock didn't react at all, simply getting into a fighting stance and preparing to fight Frieza. As the two clashed, it became very clear to Frieza that the power of his first form wouldn't be enough to match Bardock's power, so he immediately burst his aura and transformed into his second form. This initially shocked Bardock, but sensing his power made him realize this was nowhere near the final form he saw in his vision. Angered at this, Bardock punched Frieza's nose in, telling him that if he wants to beat him, he'll need all his power. Frieza scowls at Bardock before skipping his third form entirely, transforming into his final transformation. the one from Bardock's nightmare. After sensing the immense power of the transformation, Bardock immediately realized his mistake. Frieza rushes in and grabs Bardock by the neck, asking him where he got the information of his final form. Of course, Bardock can't just tell Frieza about his visions, so he doesn't budge about the information, simply muttering for Frieza to go to hell. Frieza's about to kill him outright with a stab through the chest when a blast hits him right on his cheek. It doesn't hurt a bit, he barely even noticed it, but Frieza's attention is quickly drawn to the culprit. Little Raditz. Alright then, don't talk. No matter, I'll just kill this brat and then you anyway. Frieza lifts his free hand, using telekinesis to lift up the child in front of him, while Bardock begs for him not to. Frieza grins, staring Bardock directly in the eyes as he closes his fist, causing Little Raditz to explode, right in front of Bardock and Granola. From across the battlefield, Gine, fighting against the elite Frieza Force warriors, senses a drop in ki from her son, then nothing. She bursts her aura and looks all over, and only sees the aftermath. Bardock and Granola look in shock as Frieza giggles to himself. Granola shoots a few fruitless blasts at Frieza's vitals, but his inexperience and weakness made them ineffective at best and useless at worst. Frieza is about to simply punch a hole through Bardock's chest and destroy the rest of the Saiyan army with ease. However, he notices something. Bardock's face is filled with rage. His son. He had perished all because of his cocky need to beat Frieza at his best. It led to the death of his child. His anger boils over and explodes. His hair turns golden. His body erupted with ki, knocking Frieza away before he could kill him with a strike directly to his heart. Bardock looked at his hands, and then at himself. He had become a Super Saiyan. Frieza looked on in shock and horror at the Golden Warrior. In his mind, he told himself over and over again, This can't be real. This can't be the warrior of legend he'd so desperately tried not to create. However, he couldn't deny it. That pressure he felt was massive. He couldn't sense ki, but the immense physical pressure that Bardock's aura gave off was baffling to him. He couldn't underestimate this monkey any longer. He began to release more and more of his full power, as he rushed in to attack the new Super Saiyan. Bardock and Frieza clashed, with Bardock obviously having a heavy lead over Frieza. This pisses him off, as he isn't at full power yet. Bardock just laughs at this, saying that it's too bad he'll never reach his full power state. Bardock begins to charge a final spirit cannon, while Frieza charges a blast of his own. Frieza grits his teeth, before firing a blast of energy towards the Super Saiyan. Bardock, in cold and calculated anger, waits, until the blast reaches right towards his face. And he blasts his own beam straight through Frieza, evaporating the Emperor, and finally ending the reign of Lord Frieza. At least, for now. Bardock rests, finally knowing peace can be the path for the Saiyans. He looks up at the cosmos above, unforgiving and cold. This universe was not one to conquer. It was one to survive. He wanted to help people, not destroy. He didn't want to be like Frieza, like that monster he had just so desperately tried to kill. As the final bits of the Frieza Force were defeated, with people like Zarbon being killed by Vegeta in specific, with some assistance from Broly and Tarbell, and the Ginyu Force being taken down by King Vegeta and Paragus, the royalty and the elites all look on in amazement at the soft golden glow of a warrior enlightened by the universe itself. The Saiyan Savior, the Super Saiyan. I think this is a good place to stop for now. What do you guys think of this video? I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really like how this one turned out, so if you like it as well, feel free to drop a like and subscribe below. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please feel free to join my Discord server, where you can suggest what-ifs, post art that may be featured at the end of videos like this one, or even talk to me. I now have a Patreon that I want you guys to check out. I'll post early previews of videos and even upload videos early for you guys there. And it really helps out the channel as well, so please be sure to check that out as well. Anyways, without further ado, thanks for watching. Bye-bye!